Supreme #1. Yes, finally. Oh man, I always thought Supreme was really cool. I got this when it came out, the first issue. I've got a lot of these issues, and I actually kind of stopped getting Supreme around the time where Alan Moore came on board. And that was in issue 40, something like that. Maybe it was issue 40 itself. But so I'm doing these in order of publication. So I've already covered some Young Bloods. Did, of course, a Brigade. Supreme is now up next. And Bloodstrike will eventually pop in and all of that stuff. So we're getting to all of those guys. All right. Let's take a look at Supreme #1. This had a really cool cover. Big image, and the Supreme logo was like not embossed? It's the other way. It's pushed out. So that was pretty neat. It was shiny. Yeah, Supreme. So Rob Liefeld is the creator, the writer, the inker. Brian Murray is the penciler, writer, and color design. Great start here with the planet. Something is coming. The satellites have picked up something. What the heck could it be? We've picked up something on satellite, sir. What could it be? I don't know. It's probably something awesome. It's Supreme. Da-da-da. There he is. Yeah. Badass. All right. Now, that was a splash. That was a double splash. And then in case if you needed another double splash, there's another double splash. And just in case you needed another double splash, we throw in another double splash. I mean, this is insane. I remember reading this and thinking, what in the hell? This is crazy. There's so much art here going on. So Supreme has returned to Earth. Apparently he's been there before. Some people know him. He's welcomed here by, of course, Sentinel from Youngblood. Now, Sentinel is the away team leader, and Shaft is the home team leader. But I feel like the other members of Youngblood can be alternated around, because here we have Die Hard, Combat, Bad Rock, and Photon. And I'm pretty sure that Bad Rock was on the other team. This is one of the things I wish this was spelled out a little bit more clear in Youngblood, where can it be like a roster? Like, can Sentinel come in and say, hey, listen, okay, for this particular mission, can I get these 5 guys, or, whatever, versus like, that's the set team. Anyways, I'm not sure. If anyone knows in the comments, go ahead and let me know. So here they all show up. Now they're like, Supreme, what's going on? It's like, I am Supreme. It's like, okay. And they're kind of questioning if that's him. Like, what? Really? Who? What? Can it be? Sentinel's like, nah, I'm not sure about this guy. What's going on? Combat immediately is like, what? You're Supreme? You're not Supreme. You're a loser. And then he goes to attack him. And that was sort of a mistake, because he gets the kropow. Here comes Die Hard lunging forward, man. Die Hard is a wicked character. He just looks awesome. And I love Sentinel. Great character. I really do enjoy these extreme characters. I know they're derivatives of something, but they're all like, almost all characters are. There's really only like 5 or 6 basic archetype characters, and then everyone draws from those guys. It's basically like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel, like Shazam, Plastic Man, and everybody is one of those, right? You're either an alien, a robot, an altered human, or something, right? Like, there's only that many kinds of characters you can make, and then you go from there. And some of them, obviously, Supreme, we know is a homage to Superman. I mean, that's not anything big. And I remember when this had come out, there was some people going, "Oh, Supreme, it's just Superman." I'm like, "Oh, you mean like Captain Marvel, Shazam?" Where there actually was, DC did actually try to sue Fawcett and be like, "Yo, you just made Superman," right? Now there's any number of superhero people, even within DC, they've copied themselves 100 times over, right? So anyways, enough about that. Let's get right into this action here. So this is right away, we start off, as do most extreme books, start off with action scenes, big, huge heroes fighting each other, fighting the bad guys, punching the crap out of each other. Really cool layouts. I love how Bad Rock tries to like go in there and he just kind of like teleport, like moved out of the way, or like, okay, well, where were you going, buddy? here comes Photon and Sentinel shooting, blasting at him, and it's like, okay. I mean, you can't really hurt Supreme. He's basically Superman, so there's not really much they can do. They kind of start to actually feel bad, saying, okay, yo, dude, like, sorry, we got off on the wrong foot. Can we, like, Sentinel actually hears, it's like, stop, okay, like, okay, sorry. This got out of hand real quickly. Mostly Combat kind of jumped the gun, in my opinion. He just started attacking. And he's like, okay, let's go down and talk to the government and the president and everything, and let's try to sort this out. So news reports start coming in. Oh my God, Supreme, is he back? Like, what's going on? So we don't really know. This is the first time we're reading of this character, so we don't know the backstory of this character. So as a reader, you're just like, I don't know what's happening here. There's like press conferences, and there's got a little meeting here. Basically, they're like, well, why don't you just join up with Youngblood then, and we love to have you on the team. And they also do some preliminary like statistics of the guy, like like heart rates and weight and all this stuff. And they're just like saying everything's fluctuating. And the things that we can measure are off the charts, crazy. Like this guy's 5 times stronger than anybody else that we've measured. So he could be an amazing hero, or he could be an amazing villain. We're not sure what's going to happen. And as a reader, you're not sure because we've seen the evil Superman versions, and then we've seen the good Superman versions. You don't know what's going to happen here. So Sentinel's like, oh my God, right? So they're like, oh my God, it really is him. Maybe it's the real Supreme that was, here before. So again, Sentinel says, I'll offer your contract. Supreme's like, well, I'm not really sure. He looks a little bit angry because he's upset at the sort of the knowledge that, hey, you guys have been creating these genetically engineered superhumans. When did that happen, right? And I'm not sure if that's because Supreme is not trusting, the government, and he's thinking, well, maybe you guys were creating this to stop me, or like what is all this about, right? It says, just call me Supreme. He walks off. He's a boss. It's like, we'll figure this out later. So it ends off with him flying off, and they're saying, well, he must have some weaknesses or something. So they're already thinking of the weaknesses. Now we cut to this here, where you've got this other, these guys, I guess they're going to be presumed villains. We don't know what's going on here. Seems to be some other sort of team of guys. Not sure what's happening there. And Supreme flies off, and he's a bit sad, and they're talking about, he must have some great weaknesses. And then that's the end there. So, again, Supreme, it's one of those, it's a bit of a polarizing one. I think people thought, I didn't really care for it that much. And then some people thought, it's kind of neat. Well, let's see what happens with the character. And then we know that Alan Moore comes in way later on and does an entire sort of Silver Age Superman homage with his run. And I don't really have most of those comics. We're not even close to getting there in these videos yet. We're doing these in order, so it's going to be a long time before I even have to cover that. Hopefully I can find those issues in time. I do like to have the actual issues that I'm talking about, but it's not always possible. In fact, I think I'm missing from Youngblood. I might be missing 1 or 2 issues in the run, in which case it is what it is. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We can find a digital copy somewhere, I'm sure, and we can show those. But anyways, these are really neat, so I'm having fun doing these. Before I let you guys go, I want to mention my Super Friends members. So my members are called Super Friends, and you can join up. There's only 1 tier as a monthly charge, and right now I'm giving access to my Super Friend Drive, which gives you Batman the Outsiders right now. All of them, all the Batman and the Outsiders are there right now. Black Panther with Jack Kirby's on there. A lot of great stuff is available to you if you join up. So make sure you check that out. If not, totally cool. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. That's it. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.